Hey brawlers, I'm Mr. Hoodat, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to win with the newer hero, Fallen Angel. Fallen Angel is my favorite hero to play currently because of the versatility in her hero power, which incentivizes you to play 3 good and 3 evil characters. Choosing which units to play together is really fun and leads to interesting lines. FA has a strong early game presence, which begins right when you hit level 3. Her power also supports otherwise weak units like Adventurer or Tokens. Despite being incredibly strong early, Fallen Angel does have a few weaknesses. Needing to play 6 aligned units to get full use of her power makes it hard to fit strong non-alignment units, and she's weak while playing Dwarf or Mage strategies. Her power also falls off towards the endgame when units start to get bigger. I'll be showing you how to get around these weaknesses and how to time your composition transitions throughout the game. I hope you enjoy. With FA, you want to take any good or evil units you see early, so your power is fully activated by level 3. With a board of 3 aligned units, this is an easy lock after grabbing the strongest unit for turn 1. With gold in hand to cast for Glory, picking up Egg makes a lot of sense here. Even though there's a good chance of it breaking against Potion Master, I'm likely to still win the fight with these units. The upside of it not breaking makes this play worth it. I'm punished with a non-aligned unit to replace Egg. In hindsight, having 2 unicorns would have won the fight to complete the 4 glory condition, but the egg was still the better play in my opinion. I grabbed the only evil and good units on this board and hope next turn gives me stronger aligned units. This board isn't very good for me. I was hoping for 2 evil units rather than 1 evil and 1 good. I decide I don't want to sell Tiny for both tier 3 units, but I also don't want to waste gold on non-aligned units either, so I cast Cat's Call to ensure I win this fight. An important mechanic with FA is summoned units count towards her power as well. Also, if you have 2 evil units and one of them is a black cat, when it dies and summons a new unit, it will count as you having 3 evil units, only if your other evil unit is still on the board. So my Cat's Call will trigger the +2 attack portion of FA's power. I'm fairly weak now, with my evil condition incomplete and my princess still asleep. I grab both the evil and good witches, and regret locking last turn's board. I'll be looking for my 3rd evil unit, as well as XP or a targeted spell for Sleepy Girl next turn. I roll the cruddy board into an XP source and a 3rd evil unit. Despite all of these units being pretty meh, together with FA's power, they are usable. Had I been any other hero, this low roll would have been punished heavily, but FA turns a low roll into something playable. I position to proc Adventurer, and decide having the ranged evil attack before Cut Purse is more important. I'd rather do my best to mitigate damage this fight, than have a slightly higher chance at slaying for 1 gold. Pressure is building, and I need to transition into a mid-game comp soon before I run into the dwarf players of the lobby and die. I pick up a Poly and crack in my Tiny for extra gold. I don't plan on taking XP spells since I need to roll into better units. I grab the Evil Witch pair, as tier 3 treasures are another way to dig yourself out of a hole when you're weak. I roll into an Adventurer pair, which may seem greedy, but I am against Grandmother this turn, who has no hero power at the moment. I find the Evil Witch triple on my last board and sell for it, hoping for a high impact treasure for the fight. +3/+3 Slay would probably be best here. But I'm given the choice between Sarcophagus, Ares, and Fancy Pants. Ares might seem like the choice to help my adventurers get their sleigh off, but I have no token units and only one ranged unit to make use of this treasure, and it could be the end of me. I choose Sarcophagus as the highest impact treasure for the fight, dealing 9 damage, and potentially leading me into a much stronger mid-game comp. With Grandmother having 2 peeps, I would have definitely lost with Eye of Ares. My next fight is against the weakest player of the lobby, so I decide to stay a bit greedy this turn. I grab Grimsoul for another Adventurer proc, and Sporko to further help Adventurer proc twice, so I can be level 6 next turn. It's important to look at the opponents you face, so you can make better decisions for yourself. When against low health players, you can generally play for future turns and get away with it. Unfortunately, I'm still level 5, and now against the strongest player of the lobby, so I focus on being as strong as possible this turn. Keeping my 3 evil 3 good parity is no longer helpful. Medusa and Monster Book are pretty strong units for this turn, and after rolling into the book pair, I decide it's worth selling all my extra gold for it, rather than save for my level 6 turn. Grimsouling my poly is still worth going for, despite potentially making me weaker this turn. More often than not, the unit I get is better than Sporko would have been. The problem lies in if my opponent has an AoE effect, or a dragon to kill Polly before Grimsoul dies, because then it's not only horrible for this fight, but I also don't get my level 6 unit for future turns either. I win this crucial fight, and reach level 6 early at a decent health pool. I decide against taking Mummy to look for units to shape my composition identity. My next roll shows me 2 units which pair well with my Bearstain. Baby Bear and Green Knight work well together, and also gets me back my +2 health buff from FA. I'm not all in on animals yet, but it's good to use these units as a transitional tool if I don't find any more pieces for animals. Animals are a very hard comp to build, as you need specific treasures and a lot of upgraded units to make it work. Even when you get all your pieces, it's easy to counter with a +100 Doom Breath, and even Good Boy Royals does well into it. I kill the failed Puff Puff Memer, and find myself against a ghost this turn. The board gives me 2 more pieces for animals with Echowood and a Bearstain pair with Evil Twin. I keep my 2 books in for this easy fight for the small chance of hitting Blessing of Athena for +1/+1 stats to my board. Next turn, I'll be looking to triple my book for an important tier 5 treasure, as well as look for more Bearstains, Baby Bears, Echowoods, and Big Pigs. After many rolls, I find my book triple, and find Monkey Paw, which is an extremely good treasure for animals. Not only do all my summons get the +6/+6, but that effect gets doubled, tripled, and even quadrupled from my Bearstains. Having ways to increase the stats of summons before Bearstain further buffs them is important with animals, and Monkey Paw is one of the best ways to do it. I lock in Knighthood, as having many upgraded Bearstains and Echowoods is important. Echowood is now way more valuable than Green Knight, since my summons will be turning into 40/40s. I win the mirror match, and knighthood my Echo as my bear stands are already paired and I still need a level 6 treasure for this comp. Plus 100 and double attack would be best. Potion Master was weak last I saw him, so I expect to win this fight. The only unknown player of the lobby is Skip, who I last saw on turn 4. Despite my Echo being doom-breathed, I win the fight pretty easily. With Potion Master dead, my last fight against Grandmother being an easy mirror match win, and Skip just now losing to Grandmother, I feel pretty likely for first now. I pick up a second baby bear, and after rolling, I find the triple as well as another evil twin. If I sell for evil twin, I'll only be playing 5 units, but I definitely want to lock for it. I take the baby bear triple, even though unit-wise it makes me weaker, there are still a lot of strong level 5 treasures for this comp. Unfortunately, I don't find them, and I'm left to choose between Horn and Mittens. I'm wary of choosing Mittens, because I haven't seen Skip since turn 4, and if he's dwarves, Mittens might cause me to lose to him because of Angry. But I decide it's unlikely for him to be dwarves, and Mittens offers some upside against weakly statted backline units. If Skip ends up being dwarves, the Bearstain triple I get next turn can just replace Mittens anyway. Ambrosia, Tree of Life, Mimic, and Sword of Fire and Ice would have all been great here instead. I find Skip to be good boy royals, which Mittens does well against. I take my Bearstain triple from Evil Twin and find my plus 100 sword. This sword is amazing as it turns every baby bear summon into a 400 attack unit, which also buffs Echowood to crazy attack numbers. I roll past Evil Twin this time, as my Bearstain is currently evil, so I can't target it again. I need to find more Bearstains, as well as a second baby bear or big pigs now. Unfortunately, Grandmother stays alive, so his Bearstains are still out of the pool. He's too far behind me to catch up, so my focus is now on Skip's Good Boy Royals. I find Crocbait, which adds an additional unit to the plus 100 attack slot, as well as another unit for Skip's Wizards to shoot through. I decide against a Green Knight pair, but I do sell for another baby bear. Book is a better play than Medusa here, because with so many units in the first slot, Medusa will never get to attack. Book doesn't need to attack to get its value off. I'm down to the 1v1 now. I roll to replace Monster Book with a summon unit, as well as Green Knight with Echo or Bearstain. I find another baby bear and cast Drink Me Potion, looking for Dream, Crocbait, or Pigomorph. Instead, I cast Cat's Call, which is pretty nice with Bearstain. I decide against putting in Medusa over Green Knight, as it doesn't do much against Good Boy Royals, unless you put it slot 1 to try to hit the Good Boy. I can't afford to waste my plus 100 slot like that though. Skip switched out of Royals and into Echowood and Soul Talk. This is a pretty interesting decision, and not one I would personally make. It's obvious he was scared of playing 2-health wizards against my mittens, but there's actually no threat of them dying, especially with Soul Talk. I roll into a Green Knight pair, and although the unit isn't good, I think about taking it for the potential treasure, but decide my gold is better spent rolling. I find Pigamorph, which is 2 out of 7 to win the lobby right now. If it hits his first Good Boy or Echo, there's absolutely no chance of him winning the fight. I think about my win condition for the fight, and realize the plus 30 health Green Knight gives to each spawn, which in turn gives plus 60 to Echowood each time, isn't all that meaningful. He's still one-shotting each animal, and our Echowood should still be trading evenly. All I need to win is for his Echowood or Good Boy to not exist. Putting Medusa first to hit Good Boy is out of the question, but playing it 5th to hit Echowood is a very real scenario. His front line is weak, and Medusa has a good chance at targeting Echowood once the fight gets down to the back lines. This fight doesn't go my way. My pig misses both targets, he attacked first, and his Cupid killed my 2 strongest backline units before they could attack. This is why having higher health in the endgame is so important. Despite me being favored in that fight, and clearly stronger, there's always a chance to win when it comes down to the endgame, whether it be from spells, attacking first, or from favorable attacking targets. I roll for Pigamorph again, and eventually have a choice between Crocbait or Echowood. Second Echowood is not very good for me. Frontline, it will trade 1-for-1 with his frontline, and backline, it will just die to Cupid. Crocbait acting as an additional unit is much better. This game was a great showcase of how to come back from a slow start, how to time your composition switch, and also how to look for an endgame win condition. Recognizing when to play greedy against a weak player, and when to play for strength against a strong player is important when behind. Waiting to spend my gold until the last moment was crucial, as I was able to buy stronger units that would last longer. In the 1v1, it's important to map out how you win the fight, and make sure you give yourself the best chances of that win condition to happen. And as we watch this final fight, I want to thank you all for watching. Let me know what you liked or disliked about this video in the comments below, and I hope to improve and bring more content like this in the future.
Still